Yeah, like you will be jozu, not just jozu, you will be mecha jozu. And mecha jozu is more than jozu, alright? If jozu is here, you will be here. I give you this pen. What do you say to me? That's right. Thank you. Today we are talking about all the different ways to say thank you in Japanese. First, let's get the easiest and most obvious one out of the way. Arigato. I'm 100% sure all of you have heard of this word, and it's basically just thank you, straight up. To make the arigato polite, you can also just say arigato gozaimasu. If you use only arigato, people will think you are a noob, and do you want to be a noob? That's what I thought, so watch this video until the end to become a pro! The next form we will cover is domo. Domo is probably the coolest form on this list because it's like this manly ass form. Of course, if you're a woman, you can use it as well because then you will be the coolest woman in town. It's definitely a really cool form and it will show that you have some proficiency in Japanese. Domo can also be used in combination with arigato and arigato gozaimasu. You can just put them together and say domo arigato or domo arigato gozaimasu. If you use it like that, it sounds a little bit more polite and it is basically like a staircase, so you go from less polite to very polite. So you go up this staircase with domo arigato gozaimasu. But for example, if you are in a ramen shop and you just get your ramen, you can just say domo. That's enough. The next form is kind of an exception because it doesn't really mean thank you, but it is used in the same way. Sumimasen would usually be used when you do something wrongly or you want to just excuse yourself, so it's more like an I'm sorry kind of term, but sometimes you can also use it when you want to express gratitude. If somebody went out of their way and through the trouble to do something for you, then you can use sumimasen. So for example, if somebody like goes and gets something for you, even though you should have just gone yourself and get that thing yourself, you can just say sumimasen. This is a very well-mannered move to excuse yourself in a way when you kind of did something wrong, if you look at the social aspect of the whole thing, and he did something for you. So you say thank you and I'm sorry at the same time. So do this if somebody who you respect or again is above you in the society does something for you. They will definitely think you are very well-mannered if you do that. The fourth way to say thank you is kansha. Kansha is a noun, which is kind of strange if you think about the word thank you, that is not a noun, but kansha can also be used as a verb when you put it together with the verb suru, which means to do. Kansha means appreciation, and when you say kansha suru, you just say to appreciate. So if you just say kansha shite iru, you're basically saying I am appreciating what you did for me. The shiteiru form, by the way, is the present continuous form of the Japanese language, but the good thing about this is that this form is always the same, so you don't really have to understand this in depth to use it. So the two ways to use this is the polite form, which is kansha shiteimasu, and the casual form, which would be kansha shiteiru. The fifth form, which can be used to show appreciation, which kind of is no surprise, I guess, because that's the theme of this video. Duh. It is okagede. Okagede means thanks to you. So you're indirectly saying thank you by just saying, because of you, I could achieve this or this happened. The way you can use this form is by taking a word or a name and then just putting no particle in between the okagede and this word. So if I have this hypothetical friend Eric, I can say Eriku no okagede, which just means thanks to Eric, something happened. I can also say thanks to you, which would be anata no okage de. Note that in Japanese we would not say you directly, we would usually use the name of that person. So if I'm talking to Eric directly, I would still say Eriku no okage de, because that's just the polite way to do things. The last but most interesting form on this list is te kurete arigato. This is a very grammar-focused form, so it might be harder to use as a beginner, but if you will use it, you will be literally the pro in their eyes, right? Yeah, like you will be jozu, not just jozu, you will be mecha jozu, and mecha jozu is more than jozu, alright? If jozu is here, you will be here. So definitely learn this form and try to use it with Japanese speakers because they will be like, please marry my daughter. Now I'm really sweating. Jesus. The way you form this form is basically you put the te form, which is the imperative form in Japanese, in front of the kurete arigato. This sounds more complicated than it is, but it is not really because it's always the same. If you don't know what the te form is, I would definitely recommend watching this video. The te form is the imperative form, eat or do or go, you know, those imperative things where you just tell somebody what they have to do. Forming the te form can be hard depending on which verb you're using, but for now we will only go over the verb suru, which is shite in the te form, which just means to do. So thanks for doing this for me. So if you want to use this, you can just say してくれてありがとう or ありがとうございます if you want to be more polite. I hope this video will help you to be a gentleman or gentlewoman and that you will be able to express your utmost gratitude in Japanese to Japanese people in a Japanese everyday life setting. If you are a Japanese beginner, then definitely check out this video series on the side here because this will help you become a pro. As I always say, you will be so jozu, nobody will be able to stand in your way. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.